Hi, this is Mr. McGovern and welcome to the 7th video in this series on two-dimensional collisions. We're going to have a quick look at a simulation on what happens to the centre of mass during a collision between two objects, and we're going to give you a rule for that. So I'm going to show you a simulation which is at the PhET website. So if I close that down and open up here, I have two objects, object 1 and object 2. You can see the velocity they're going to start off with. When I click this button, you can see that they're sort of aiming towards each other, and in the middle here is the centre of mass. So you know how to calculate the centre of mass. If you were asked to, you could calculate that centre of mass. And when I push play, as the balls move towards each other, because they have velocity, the centre of mass moves as well, and so you can see that. So basically what happens is this computer is calculating every split second where that centre of mass is, and they keep moving and the centre of mass moves as well. I'm going to start it again from the same place and turn the velocity so it's a bit clearer, but carefully watch what the centre of mass does. So it's moving sort of right, slightly upwards. The balls collide and the centre of mass keeps going in that same direction, right but slightly upwards. I can do it a bit faster, normal speed. It doesn't matter, during the collision or after the collision, that centre of mass keeps going in the same direction. And so we've got a rule for that, and that rule is, in a collision, as long as there's no unbalanced external forces acting on the system, the velocity of the centre of mass will be unchanged. So unbalanced external forces means forces from outside. They will change the centre of mass. They will change the velocity of the centre of mass. They'll change how that centre of mass is moving. But otherwise, the centre of mass will just keep going in a straight line, even when they collide. So that's something you need to memorise. You can use that to calculate final speeds of objects as an alternative to, I've used the momentum vector method that I taught you in a couple of videos earlier. But I don't want to teach two methods because I don't want to confuse anyone. So we're just learning this idea just to learn the rule, that it is a rule. So I'll just show you what I mean by external forces. If we start this again, external forces, when these guys hit a wall, there's going to be a force on the ball by the wall, and that's an external force. So you watch when one of them strikes a wall, the X will change directions. There, and there again. Okay, so as long as there's, and they collide, the X stays the same direction, but as soon as one of them hits a wall, that's an external force, and the centre of mass changes direction there, it changes velocity.